Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you on how to find your gift, your purpose, and then how to step into it regardless if you're in a full-time job or whatever your situation is. Let's get into it. So who in this world has a gift, has a purpose? And, I just want to be really clear, this isn't playing favorites or anything like that. There's no like special or chosen people on this planet. Like everybody has a gift. Everybody comes here with a gift. Everybody comes here with that purpose, right? And part of having that gift, that purpose, is figuring out what that is and then using it so that we can serve other people, right? It's all about service. It's all about giving, right? And, if you think about some of the times when you've been able to give something to somebody, not even necessarily like physically, but actually like sit down and have a conversation or just motivate somebody or empower somebody, like that is like a gift of giving, right? And so part of our job here on this planet is figuring out what is that gift so that we're able to openly and abundantly share that gift with others. So you do have a purpose, you do have a gift, and there's so many others out there who have figured out what that is, and they have just worked toward, honing in on that gift and really crafting it and being able to sharing it with the world. And some of those people have been, famous, like for what they have, for their gift, for their purpose. And no, you don't have to be famous in order to be able to like step into your purpose, or it's not about that. But I'm just like shedding light on some of the people like Beyonce. She figured out what her gift was at a very young age, and now she serves the world entirely with her gifts. And then we have Albert Einstein, who is, blessed with the gift of his brilliance, his genius, right? And look at how many things that he was able to create and teach and leave the world a better place with knowing what his gift was and really mastering his gift. And then, a couple of others like Oprah Winfrey, for example, her gift of being able to tell stories, share other people's stories worldwide, right? Globally. And now she is just a worldwide figure for who she is, but I believe is because she figured out what her gift was at a young age, and again, just committed to mastering it and really being able to use that at a high level. But not everybody is like not everybody who uses their gift is famous, and nor do you need to be, right? There are so many incredible human beings across the planet who are school teachers, who are educators, who are we'll say healthcare facilitators, doctors, business people, so many different people across the world who are using their gifts every single day and making the world a better place. So let's figure out what your gift is, what your purpose is, what you're here to do, so that you can start stepping into that today and making a difference. So your number one job on this planet is to figure out what your gift is, what your purpose is, and then to start stepping into that. So part of figuring out what it is that you're here to do, we can call that your purpose, call it your gift, your zone of genius. I'm going to use those terms interchangeably, but we've got individuals who figure their gift out at an early age, mid-age, late age, and there's sadly some people who just never figure out what their purpose is at all, right? But that's not why you're here. You are here because you, my friend, have been feeling that whisper, that feeling, that that stirring up in the soul of like, what am I here for? And I am here to help you because it is not an easy journey to navigate. And so this is a big reason why I'm doing this channel, is to help you navigate that process, that journey, so that you can step into it fully. So the first thing that I really want to help you with is asking some key questions, right? It isn't just this like massive awakening or this like, it's not hard to figuring out what it is. The hard part becomes the journey of actually stepping into it, right? Because there's so many layers, there's so many levels to us as human beings that really complicate the heck out of things, right? So the part of figuring out what it is that you're here to do is not the hard part at all. The hard part is actually fully trusting it and then committing to it every single day. So let me ask you, let me share a few questions that you're gonna ask yourself today that is gonna help you figure out if you haven't already figured out what it is that you're here for, right? And here's the thing. I believe that you've got some bit of an inkling of what it is that you're here, what your gift is, but I'm just going to shed some light to help you really like hone in on what that thing is. So the first question is, the first question that you're gonna ask yourself is, what am I naturally good at? What am I naturally good at? So when you ask yourself that, like, what are you naturally good at? And maybe you have a couple of things, but if you just kind of like do this in, and again, I want to just take this back a step. Do this in a really nice, calm environment, guys. Like, you really want to be in a calm like state, so that you can get that clarity and allow those answers to flow in. Not from necessarily like all that, like our brains can be really, really noisy sometimes, right? But we really wanna have these answers come to us in a nice, calm, flowing state. So when you're in that state, ask that question, what is it that you're naturally good at? And jot down what really like comes to you from like that hurt space. The second question that you're gonna ask yourself is, what could you do for hours and not get bored? What is that thing that you could do for hours on end and not get bored? Okay, so for me, I'm just gonna share, I could sit here and I could inspire and empower people for hours and hours and hours, and I can walk away feeling totally like energized, right? And I can do this for hours on end and feel so good and so lit up and not get bored, right? So that right there is going to be a key indicator for you as to what is part of that natural gift that you have, right? So what is that thing that you could do for hours on end and not get bored whatsoever? That could be so many different things. Everybody's got so many different gifts, but whatever it is, like, don't question it. Whatever that thing is that is coming up as an answer, write it down. All right, last question. What have family and friends told you that you're really great at? Like, what have your family and friends told you that you are naturally just really, really good at? Okay, so I'll give you an example of some of the things that I've heard over and over and over throughout my lifetime, and that has been, Whitley, you're so inspirational, you're so inspiring, and you're such a great speaker, like you're really articulate, right? Those are little key nuggets that have been given to me. And sometimes when those things, come to you as like, when those compliments are given to you, we tend to want to just kind of like brush them off. But I'm telling you, do not brush those things off, because those are key indicators of the thing or things that you are really, really good at. Okay, so just kind of like go back into your memory and write down those things or maybe it's just one thing that your family or your friends or acquaintances or strangers have shared with you that you are really, really just good at, like naturally good at, okay? And if you can't pull anything out, then this is your homework, okay? It is going to be to go out and ask 5 to 7 family members, friends, close people who you've worked with, colleagues, whatever, and ask them, what is it that you're really good at doing, okay? Those are going to be some key things, because sometimes we don't always necessarily recognize the things that we're good at, but people do. And so that is going to be your homework. Go out and ask that question, and then we'll jump on to the next step. All right, so for the last piece, okay, so here's the thing, and I want to be really, really clear about, is that some of these answers that you've written down are not going to be like a cookie cutter type of answer, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, you're super good at, your answers are going to be very different. So maybe you have some answers in there that it's like, you're really good at teaching, you're really good at listening, you're really like listening, teaching, writing, some of these answers could be really, really like broad, and you're like, okay, Whitley, what do I do with this? Like, okay, cool. I really love to teach, and I've been told that I'm great at teaching, but what do I do with that? Right? So this is where those like next steps are going to come into place, right? And this is why you're here. My channel is literally going to share all of the things that are going to help you get clarity around those action steps and how to navigate this journey, and what things to do and what things not to do, what things to help with your journey and your mindset, your attitude, your beliefs, all of those things that come into play when we start to take the action in the direction of our purpose, our gifts, right? Okay, so now that you have that thing, I want to give you a quick little example. I had this, I had been told, you know, you're so inspiring and all of those things. And I had this whisper of like, I was meant to help women, and that I really wanted to create like a support group in my local community for women, to helping women. And so every single day I committed to that. I didn't know what the whole thing was going to look like. I didn't really know how I was going to do it, but I just committed. Right? And so this is the next step that I'm going to give to you is, now that you have a list of things, you're going to narrow it down to one thing, like that one thing, narrow it down. Maybe it for you was, it came into as leadership. Maybe it came in as teaching. Maybe it came in as speaking or writing or creating, whatever it is, right? And I want you to go in a little bit deeper with that. And how you can do this is just by figuring out, let's brainstorm, right? So figuring out by doing some brainstorming and jotting down some things of what you would love to do in order to start honing in on that gift, right? So if it was, you know, teaching, for example, okay, if it was teaching, what can you do? What can you do every single day to committing that you're going to work on that gift, right? You're going to work on that gift so that you can really hone that gift. And here's the thing I'm going to also share. Once you know what your gift is, there is no like, there's never going to be this like answer that's going to come to you and be like, okay, your gift is teaching. Okay, this is what you're going to do. And it's going to be like this, and it's going to look like that. And this is where you're going to be in 10 years. And this is where you're going to be in 15 years. And it's going to look like this. Like, you're never, ever going to have that clarity. So if you're looking for all of that clarity, I'm going to tell you right now, like, put that pipe dream aside, because you're never going to have it. You're going to grow as you go, right? And this is what this journey is all about. It's growing as you go along the process, right? But we want to be able to have enough information for the step that we're in, right? You only need enough information for the step that you're in. And when you can work with that, more information will be revealed to you for the next step that you go to. So right now we're just working with the step that you're in, and that's really just figuring out what it is that you're gifted at and being able to use that to develop that into your purpose and being able to step into that every day, right? So for example, I'm going to share with you, I had that with that whisper of starting this women's networking group, and I just knew that I wanted to help women, right? I knew that I wanted to help women. I knew that I was like pretty good at being able to inspire and uplift women at that time. I had a pretty good sense that that was part of my gift. And so every single day, just committed to building that network, right? Building out that community. And fast forward to today, like so much has happened, so much growth has happened. I've been able to speak on stages. I've been able to build businesses. I've been able to help thousands of women all over the globe as a result of me committing to that every single day. And let me share this with you. I want to also be completely transparent. I wasn't in, a marriage, and I was raising kids. Like, I was a single mom at the time while doing a lot of this stuff. There were times when I was unemployed, and there were times when I was full-time employed, right? It was a big, I want to say like mess, but it's just life. Like, life was just messy, right? But I still made time to commit to working on that every single day. And so in these upcoming videos that I'll be sharing with you here at the channel, I'll be sharing with you all of those different tools and things that you can implement that's going to help you to develop your gift, to help you step into your purpose as you go. Okay. One other thing I want to share with you is a book that I had read, and I really want to recommend this book for you to dive into. You can get it on Audible, or you can order it. You can just read the copy. But for me, I love listening to audio, so I ordered it on Audible. Excuse me. The book is called The Genius Zone by Hendricks, and he really talks about your zone of genius, what your really how to dive deep into your zone of genius, and then also how to start committing and working on that every single day. And so when you start to see that when you commit to something, right, and you start to commit time to that every single day, regardless of your situation, if you're a full-time job, full-time mom, whatever it is, you will see results happen. And like I said, you have to focus on the step that you're in. And when you take the action on the step that you're in, more information will be revealed to you to go to the next step, right? So you got to start off just baby steps first, little bite-sized chunks, and then you'll start to see that momentum pick up, and you'll start to see those results. Because at the end of the day, you just want to be living a meaningful life. You want to be doing something. You want to be contributing to the world. You want to have an impact on the world. And I also know that you want to be able to live a life of freedom and to just do the things that you love to do, and to create a life that you love for yourself and for your family. And this channel is going to help you do exactly that. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any videos that I'll be posting every single week. There's going to be more to come, so don't miss out. Go and take this homework. Go ask yourself these questions now. If you have questions, please post them in the comments below. This is a safe space for you to share, and I would love to answer any questions and interact and engage with you guys. So with that, I will see you guys next week. Bye.